interwebs, look who's back. I'm at home in Illinois on my bed that is completely unmade, but I put my fancy pillows here to trick you into thinking that it was made, and you totally thought it was made, didn't you? I cut all my hair off. It is warm outside. I'm still taking physics at summer school, but like it's a tiny class and it's super easy, and I'm enjoying my summer immensely. And something really exciting happened. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with two people that I've been shipping since junior high. Shipping is basically like, I like this person and I like this person and I want them to be together. Like, I like Han and I like Leia, and I want Han and Leia to get married and make lots of babies. So I ship Han and Leia. But that is very dangerous with real people. But I feel like for you to understand how exciting this story is, I need to start all the way at the beginning. Junior high. One of my best friends, for anonymity's sake, we're going to call her Megan. When she was in junior high, she was intensely into High School Musical. Like, it was her favorite movie of all time, and she watched it all the time, and she knew all the lines, and she knew all the lyrics. We had a sleepover at another girl's house one time, and we played the High School Musical board game, which she owned. She knew all of the dance moves. She could tell you what move came next in the dance. That's how into this she was. She will, of course, deny all of this now, but it's true. Anyway, it was at that sleepover that we got on the subject of who would play what characters if our school did High School Musical. There's this one boy that was like 3 years older than us. We're gonna call him Justin. Justin was the king of the school. He was really athletic, really smart, really good at music, just really talented in general. So of course he would have played Troy. Now, at the time, Megan's older sister, who we're gonna call Bree, looked exactly like Vanessa Hudgens. So there was really no question of who would play Gabriella. And we didn't really think about putting them together in real life. I mean, we were more just concerned with who we would be than who the older kids would be. I was Kelsey, by the way. Woot woot. Fast forward, like 2 years. I remember one night after church, Megan, like, yanked me out to this dark corner of the parking lot because we had to talk about important junior high matters. And I remember her specifically saying, I can't tell you who it is because Bree will kill me, but guess who Bree has a crush on? There's this other guy that I thought was crushing on Bree at the time, so I guessed him first, and Megan fervently told me no. So I guess the only other suitable male in Bree's age group, which was Justin. And then Megan started hopping up and down, and then I started hopping up and down, and that was when my very first OTP was formed. OTP stands for one true pairing, by the way, and it basically just means that you don't want either of those people to be going out with any other people at any time ever. The problem was, and of course there was a problem because nothing in life can ever be easy, there was a rule in our high school against high school dating. Basically, I went to a really small school, and there were only, like, say 3 guys that you could possibly date. So if everyone had dated those 3 people, then everyone just would have dated everyone, and there would have been all kinds of weird drama, so the school just said no. But this became a big problem for my shipping habits, because it meant that I could fantasize about the relationship all I wanted, and it wasn't going to happen. Thankfully, Bree actually put up with my obsessive shipping habits after she got over being mad at her sister for telling me. She even fed me bits and pieces of their text messages, or nice things that he had said to her every now and then. This went on for, a few more years or so, until finally Justin graduated and went to college. Bree had stayed at home for school, so now Bree, Megan, and I had to suffer through several months of Justin being nothing but numbers and letters on phone or computer. I just got more obsessed. Like, the other day I found a file on my old hard drive of nothing but pictures that I had edited of the two of them. For Christmas that year, I actually made Bree a book of, like, poems and stories inspired by the two of them. Bless her for not running away screaming. But finally, after half a year of waiting, Justin came home for Christmas. Most of the Christmas break was fairly uneventful. I went on my family's usual vacation to my grandma's house in Florida with strict instructions for Megan to text me if anything happened. Literally nothing happened until I returned home. But then it came. Justin texted Bree, asking her to meet him after church outside in front of the second lamppost from the side door on the last Wednesday before he returned to college. Was this it? Was he finally going to confess his undying love for her? Problematically for Megan and I, our teen group actually got out 15 minutes later than Justin and Bree's group did. I can remember sitting there, making eye contact with Megan every 30 seconds, and staring at the clock for the rest of the time. I would like to submit a formal apology to my youth pastor because I have no idea what he preached on that night. All I know is when he said amen, Megan and I were gone. Set up kind of like an L, with the teen room here and the light pole they were supposed to meet at here. Theoretically, we should have been able to see them out the window of this door, but it's so small that all we could really see was their backs, and we couldn't tell if the conversation was going well or not. So, being the annoying sibling and her best friend that we were, we decided on a quick battle plan. We ran all the way around to this door and hid behind the bushes. Megan brought her camera, and then we zoomed all the way in, like the creepers that we were. By the time we had assumed our stalker position, the conversation was pretty much over, and for some reason, Megan thought it would be a good idea to take a picture of the two of them standing together. So she did. And of course, the flash was on. It turned out like this. We're, of course, frantically whisper screaming for like 2 minutes, and apparently embarrassingly enough, Justin asked Bree what had just happened, and she explained to him that they had paparazzi. And then, being the angel she is, she got a picture of the two of them for Megan and I to obsess over in the coming months. So yeah, Justin told Bree that he liked her, and not long after that, they started dating. And I am pleased to announce to the internet that Justin and Bree, a couple weeks ago, just got engaged. Strangely enough, after they started dating, Megan and I went back and watched High School Musical, like for old time's sake, and we found out that they have a freaky lot in common with Troy and Gabriella. Justin's soccer team at college's colors are red and white, and he was number 14 on the team for a really long time. Justin and Bree's styles are just like Troy and Gabriella's. Justin's dad is faculty at our high school. Bree sings really well, but she gets nervous when it's just her in front of people. Anyway, the mature me is really, really happy that they're together and they're getting married in December. And the junior hire in me is, like, jumping up and down and freaking out every time I see them together. So Justin and Bree, thanks for making my junior high years really interesting, and keep soaring, flying, breaking free. Every day. Also, Megan, we're all in this together. You can bet on it. Like and subscribe.